fair, if you will. Exactly. It will print money all of a sudden. It won't do this, but let's assume for the sake of argument that they've listened to me. They will print money until the value of euro is about half that of the dollar and say to the Americans that this is your bank account. You good. You don't have debt. You're good. You don't have to worry about that. You can print another $100 trillion, then this will be a problem. But currently, you guys have the more stuff. We admit this is good. And the extra amount of money that would be generated by this will be given in a siphon to every European citizen. So everybody gets like $50,000 all of a sudden, and that will decrease the value of money and make goods a lot more expensive. It will mostly harm industry and a couple of specific groups of people, like the very rich, and then it will start to help the industry quite a lot because our currency will once again be tradable in terms of actually being worth something in a good way. And that would probably save the European face, I think. If they just printed 50,000 per citizen, the amount of money would probably go to half that of the dollar, and it would be a manageable expense. It's only 400 million people after all. You could print like 10 trillion euros and just siphon it off.
I don't think they'll ever do that.
No, they won't. They'll try to do it by having a zero interest rate, causing people to get loans, but that will fuck up the economy very badly. Very badly. It will make, for example, housing trade the most effective way to have wealth, and that'll increase the housing bubble, and then a lot of people will become homeless because rents will go through the roof.
Your interest is not allowed.
Mitä? No kun ei mulla ole mitään, mitä mä haluan myydä. No kun ei oo rahaa. Ei oo rahaa. Ei oo mitään, mitä mä haluun. Ei mä haluu pillereitä.
What does he have then?
Joo. En tarvii. Ei mä voi. Mulla oli niin vähän. En mä voi, kun mulla oli helvetin nuorilla kerään pulloa, niin ei voi mitään. Sori.
Kyllä mä tarvitsen jotain takaisin.
Joo, mut ei voi mitään, sori. Ei voi mitään. Ei oo, mä itse asiassa lopetin, tai siis loppuveekin. Joo, pärjään. Jos mä olisin tarvinnut korvalautus, niin mä olisin heittänyt.
What is it?
Earbuds.
He's trying to sell. Oh, okay.
I would have bought them had I needed them, but I don't need them, so now the one to buy. I think.
Do you think interest is like ruining stuff?
Low interest is destroying our economy.
What
because
it should actually be higher.
Interest should be high enough for you to put money in the bank and it be worth something more than just money in the bank.
But, when you put money in the bank and you leave it there for like X amount of years, it becomes much more like interest.
Yeah, the higher the interest, the higher that is. And the higher the interest, the lower the wages. Good hit.
I think it is.
I think interest should be higher to stimulate the stock market in a positive way.
To stimulate what?
To stimulate the stock market in a positive way. Yeah. Is my English good?
It is very good.
Yeah. Just wondering, sometimes I revert back to a very Finnish pronunciation, like my accent shows through when I'm pronouncing things very solidly.
Your English is good, man. Very good.
Thank you. Still working. It's not as good as I want it to be to convey emotions, for example.
No, you put together the UK accent and the American.
I'm speaking European. It's basically what Europeans try to speak. I really, really hope that English remains the main language of the European Union. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to think secession. If I start speaking German or French, I'm going to probably leave the
I
Union
think
as far as I
they'll
can.
make it French if they can make anything.
I really hope they don't. I mean, I really hope they don't. Because English is going to keep us together, and as long as our English is good, our spy network in the UK is nearly unbeatable. Spy network.
Yeah.
Because this is probably going to devolve into a war.
Yeah. You know
hate
the
to
spy
say.
agency?
MI6, Majestic Intelligence 6. There are 12 chapters as far as I know of. MJ12
There's two.
deals in
There's two,
supernatural,
yeah.
MJ6 involves in criminal cases. That's as far as I
And
know.
you know the other one?
I don't know.
You know the MI5?
No.
It's inside the UK, basically.
Like,
MI6 is like foreign spy, you know?
yeah, as far as I know of, and this is just from what I've heard personally, there are 12 branches officially, and the 12th one is basically the paranormal one. The 6th one is criminal investigation, and every one of them is a specific branch of it, as far as I've heard of. But this is highly conjectural.
Paranormal.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
The U.S. military budget for UFO repellent this year, or
It's like a couple billion.
no, 22 million.
22 million.
They are using $22 million of the U.S. state budget for something called UFO destruction or UFO defense, depending on how you understand it.
I know, yeah, I've seen many.
22 million. Interesting. That's all the aliens harm to us. I was expecting more.
You know, they spend so much more researching it.
Mhm. Can you just believe that they're actually using money to defend against aliens? Just very specifically aliens. I know what they're doing very specifically where money is going.
Yeah.
It's into simulations of various kinds of first contact situations, what the military should do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very sensible precaution to take,
Yeah.
You have to go through all the scenarios, just to be sure, but it's still a very funny budget item.
No,
22
they
million
actually
for
made
alien
contact.
defense.
Yeah, they actually made contact with these, whatever.
There are some very compelling theories, but I've never heard anything
I heard
official.
like many pilots say they came across these kind
The
of...
highest official person to speak out in
Canadian minister.
claiming, is the Canadian Defense Minister.
Yeah.
Is the highest ranking person officially to claim that there is UFO
He's a
contact.
nice guy, like he's honest. Yeah.
He seems like an honest bloke, like
Yeah.
a genuine chap,
Uh-huh.
and that's why his testimony is so crucial. He is officially saying that there is high-level UFO contact between various governments.
Yeah.
He is officially saying that.
Did you see that place when they came in front of the panel and they had to the disclosure?
I saw a few minutes of it.
I saw like 3 hours, 4 hours of it.
I saw 3 minutes of it.
But I was in
watched.
Dubai at the time.
Huh?
I didn't have like Wi-Fi in the place
Huh?
currently, so I had to just watch the videos that I downloaded. Like, it was
Yeah.
a full disclosure. Like, it was like two-week event, like, and there was different governors sitting in the panel. Yeah.
I don't know if I should apply to the Finnish military as the UFO expert. And just say my reference is that guy.
Oh
He is
my!
the UFO.
Which one?
The UFO guy.
So-
He's my reference as UFO. What if these guys come in contact with us? Oh no!
Oh my
Oh
God!
no! We throw drugs at them and run.
We're gonna give you like 1 billion, 1 billion euros to
I wonder
answer
if
this
this would be
guy.
enough for my salary.
You're gonna say he has some high technology stuff.
Just to
like-
investigate him. Going after him the
You
whole
know
way.
what I said? The blue guy said he heard some noises coming from his room.
That's
At
quite
night time, I said that was his mothership coming to pick him up at night when he sleeps. I said,
Cigarettes. Do you
Is
have
it
it?
finished?
Do you have any cigarettes? That's all we have.
Oh, here, man. I think I just have enough for the joint now. I think I like go down.
Man.
I got this one, you know.
Yeah.
There's this bit left.
Do you wanna put it there? We can smoke it from the bottom.
But where you get that cigarette?
Downstairs. I'm gonna scrounge. My reference for UFO.
Is that enough?
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I took this from a Chinese lady.
Right.
She told me, you know what she told me?
Yeah.
She said, when I took the cigarette, she asked me for a light. I gave her the light.
Yeah.
And she was like, I said, give me a cigarette before I give you. I said, go on. She gave me this one. And she said, like, she's trying to make a joke in it. She said, when I'm at home, like, I can have one packet for like 1 week.
Yeah.
But when I come here, like, she said, like, it finishes in 1 day.
That's the mystery of this place.
I told her,
Everything
you know what
fast.
I told her? You're saying 1 day now. I said it finishes in a couple of hours. When I brought my packet.
You do nothing but smoke in this godforsaken place.
Nah, it wasn't here. You
Yeah.
know where it was?
Yeah.
In, you know, Vegas.
Yeah.
Where is it, Vegas?
Are you talking U.S. Vegas?
No, the Vegas in Finland.
No friggin' idea.
Yeah, it's in the center.
Yeah.
It's right, like, next to the train station.
Bright light.
There's so many gambling ladies there.
Mm-hmm.
One of them gave me like a perfume. Like,
A lady gave you a perfume.
yeah, a nice
Okay.
perfume. I swear down. She's like, I used to sell her weed. You know?
Interesting. I thought a random lady came up to you and gave you a
No,
bottle
no,
of
no, no, no,
perfume.
no, no, no.
You
It's
were like, what?
you know these gambling ladies like they spend like 200 euros in 1 hour, like they put
Yeah.
in the machine.
Yeah.
They're there like for 16 hours. They don't sleep. I don't think they
And then
sleep.
they just gamble.
Yeah, and they go to the massage place. They work in the massage like parlor, you know.
Yeah.
They make money and they come and spend it in the like, gambling place.
Yeah. I really need to make one of those slot machines for you online and get those people playing my computer games.
Yeah, man. Come on. You
Yeah,
have the
man.
code.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
No.
that's good. Huh?
If I had the code for Eve, I would be very different, man. I'd be quite rich. Shit! The company's worth $700 million.
Which one?
Eve Online, the computer game I play, worth $700 million. They just sold themselves over to a new corporation and they're hoping to help.
Is it Swedish or something? Is it Swedish company?
Icelandic.
Icelandic? Okay.
Yeah. The next stop is Greenland if you want to go wider.
Greenland. It belongs to Denmark, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said they might have some oil.
Yeah. And they have a share of the Northern Sea oil reserves. I was surprised Netherlands produced so little.
Was it 18,000 or something?
Yeah.
But I remember. Yeah, I got good memory. That's why I got photographic memory.
You got a good understanding of the Earth. You're a good navigator.
Yeah, I got like A in geography.
Have I ever told you about my UFO submarine idea?
Yeah, you told me one time.
UFO submarine.
Yeah, I think you said you're gonna build some.
Yeah. It sleeps 4
Mm-hmm.
or seats 12
Okay.
comfortably.
Okay.
So it's about half of this room, you know,
Mm.
but it's well designed. So it's
Mm.
not like this is very
Mm.
badly designed.
Yeah.
A lot of stoppages and pointless storage spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a sauna,
Yeah.
shower, and a separate restroom from these two, so you can go to the toilet while somebody else is in the sauna.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it has a kitchen facility,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't have like an alcove kitchen. It's like a
Yeah, like,
hole in the wall, perhaps you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
describe
yeah.
it. And as a different compartment for the pilot, it can submerge to below the thermocline, but not by much. So
Mm.
you can go to the very like oceany part of the ocean where the storms don't bother. You can, you know, go under them.
Mm-hmm.
It has an autopilot that allows it to basically be programmed and flown by anyone who doesn't understand oceanographics or
Oh, yeah.
oceanographics at all.
Dummy, yeah, proof. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that dumb proof.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it can sink under storms
Mm.
because that's basically the only way for a
Yeah.
small craft to be safe out there. It has to be able to go under the storm. And it can be charged from basically a utility outlet, or it can use its own independent generator. You can bring a generator with you.
Yeah.
But it's designed to be work with hydrogen, liquid
Mm-hmm.
hydrogen.
Yeah.
it takes hydrogen, cools it, and then stores it in these liquid tanks that are lining the wall. And the wall, it's double hulled. You have this interior hull that is this mesh, like this ball mesh around you with these triangles that are like fairly small that you can drill out of the wall, and then you take this panel out. And underneath it are these connection spots that you can also dig out. And in this space, you have all the computer architecture and all the hydrogen fuel cell and so on and so forth. And the interior mesh is also kind of waterproof, but not really, so it doesn't withstand against pressure. But if you fill it up completely, you can like comfortably walk out. So if you sprung a leak, you can go like, I need to save my computer.
Oh wow.
And basically, it can talk to you. It's quite advanced because you can stick something calculated on the order of 80 tabletop computers on the walls before it gets cramped. And that's quite a lot of computing power. So it's not an Alexa. You can actually like really talk to it.
Have you ever flown it?
No, I haven't built that, but I did all the designs I did on paper. I had this paper with me that I lost in the move, like I lost almost all of my good belongings. And I lost.
Blueprint.
I remember I can design it again from scratch if I need to have all the computer programs to do it, if I need to like all the computer models. And
how much would you think it would cost that?
if I get the production line running, I think an individual unit could be as cheap as 250,000. The initial cost is going to be 3 to 5 million to design one of them.
Now, actually, if the government was funding you, like, how much would you like spend on that?
If the government was funding me and I had like real money to go with, I could spend billions. But the idea is that I could probably do it with 3 to 5 million for the initial like prototype version, which would be mine, and then a person could probably order one of those for 250,000. I really don't see why not.
Was it a bit too cheap?
It is, but it's, if you really think about it, it's a titanium or metal hull, preferably from some kind of cheap metal. It has to be corrosion proof, and it's basically a UFO round, so that's about 100,000. The hydrogen engine and all the actual components inside, that's probably another 200,000 or another 100,000. And the decoration for the interior and everything relating to programming, the prototype itself is probably going to be the rest.
Yeah.
So once the software is done, it's probably not going to be that much of an issue to change it to a new computer. I mean, you can get 80 tabletop computers for a lot less than 50,000 if you like.
50,000 tabletops. How much?
You could get probably 20,000 for 80 computer tabletops.
Inside the machine, inside the...
Yeah, and the rest would be just water storage bottles converted into hydrogen tanks.
Wow.
I mean, if you really like have to do it.
Do you know UFO ships? They're not shaped like a...
Most of them are bell-shaped.
What?
Bell-shaped.
Bell-shaped, right?
For some reason.
Yeah, I heard they're like more than like a cylinder shape, like a cigar shape.
And cigar is a very common shape.
Yeah, that's what I see.
It is a very common shape.
Do you know Ross Kemp?
No.
This guy. This no.
Boom. Says nothing.
Ross Kemp, this guy.
Says nothing. Boom. Ei sano mitään.
That's you don't know. Ei sano mitään. Like it doesn't ring any bells.
It doesn't ring any bells.
Okay, I thought you said the screen doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
This guy
doesn't ring any bells.
He's active like what's it called? Journalist.
Yeah.
He goes to dangerous places. What did you see this?
If you really want the best UFO picture ever, I can show you.
Is that real UFO?
No, but it's what I would consider the best picture of a UFO ever.
Nah, you wouldn't know what they look like. They're not
Can I
really
show
big.
you?
Yeah, go on. Did you see this? I think you saw this.
No. Seems familiar.
It's gone. You know that's the mosque. You know that mosque?
Yeah, I know the place.
The Dome of Rock.
Is what I'd say that one.
Yeah, there was different angles they said. But we don't like, you know, I don't believe what they say, but I know that there
How do I get to, there we go.
the search place.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. It's not on YouTube.
Okay, let me see. What do you want to say?
Google.
Google.
Google would be on
Speak to
Google.
this lady. Say, okay, Google.
No way.
What is it called? The place? She said, how can I help you?
That's so nice of you to ask. I want to help you however I can.
Okay,
So
go.
just ask.
Tell us the thing.
Go to Google.
Bitch.
Can I write?
Yeah, one second. What is it called?
Can I write it? It's too difficult to explain.
One second. Trying to see my phone. It's difficult to write or something.
Bored panda pictures of storm from cockpit.
Say that again. Bored?
Bored panda.
Bored panda.
Pictures of storm.
Is it actually UFO you said?
To me it looks like a UFO, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, let's see. Is this the 747 panda?
I think it is.
Bored panda, yeah, that's the actual website.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's this one.
There was a picture up there. The actual, the nice picture.
No, this is wrong.
Is this caught with the raw camera?
This is the wrong
That's the
picture.
board panda, that's the same
Yep,
website.
this is the wrong link.
Okay. Breathtaking, superstar.
Boy. Yes, it's this one. This one.
What do you, which
It's a
one
storm.
do you think the UFO looks like a storm?
That looks like a UFO.
Well, let me see.
Basic classical round disc shape. Like a real bulbousy thing.
Oh my days. You mean the
Yeah.
hollows shape?
It looks like a classical UFO.
No way, that's clouds, bro.
It's clouds, but it looks like a UFO. I'm using it as my standard UFO reading.
Wow. Is this an actual picture? Who took it?
The guy. There are a few other pictures that are very good, and I like to show them.
What is this on Earth?
Uh,
This is outside of the hemisphere. Is this like?
this is fairly close to the surface. It's a tropical storm.
Wow. Oh. And it's like this shape.
Perfectly round.
Wow. You know this storm, it contains more power than more energy than these bombs, nuclear bombs. All
It
of
does.
them
It contains a massive amount of energy.
Wow, so that proves this. They're high powers. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't want to see this. that download, you need to share it. Maybe download it. I'm going to change it up a bit.
Ja? Ei mua oikein kiinnosta. From ice cream to eat.
Ice cream, let me have that.
No, I walked too much from my weed to give it up for ice cream.
I had 2 ice cream.
Good picture, isn't it? There are a few other ones that are really good. I want to show it to you.
It's on your same place.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This is a very good one.
That is the
Ball lightning. And
Is that, look at this. Look at the thunder going through.
that's very good. But this is very impressive.
Oh,
It's like a 3-layer giant ship hanging over a city.
Wow.
That is freaky. It's like
You know there was a flying city, like flying over Somalia. That actually flying city. Everybody came out. They saw like these skyscrapers inside the clouds. I swear to God. And then should I show you?
You probably show me.
But
And this one.
wow, I still know the
That's a
code.
gateway to heaven if I ever saw one.
entrance.
That's a gateway to heaven if I ever saw one.
Wow. You know what heaven we believe is completed. We believe all of this, all of these galaxies, cosmic, everything, all of these pictures. Like, you know, we believe that's just the first heaven. And that's not even the paradise.
Yeah, you
Paradise
told
is
me
a
once.
complete different. That,
You told me once, I remember.
Yeah.
The 7 heavens thing.
Yeah, the 7 is the samawat. It's like levels. It's not even there. You know?
Yeah,
That's
you
how
told me
big
once.
it is. Wow. But I saw that you're into like graphics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My brother was telling me about some coding stuff, coding courses going on. Did you hear about it?
No,
There's like,
there's always coding courses going on.
they're free, like.
Mm-hmm. I went to a few of them.
Wow.
So anyway, those storms.
Wow, they're amazing, man. Have you ever been on a plane and there's like a storm going on?
No.
I saw actual like rain falling from the like clouds, you know? It was falling, I could see. Wow,
Yeah. Never had that.
that's so pretty, man.
Never had that.
Have you been on a plane on New Year's
No.
Day Eve?
No, but I've been on a plane a few times.
Oh wow, oh my gosh, you see all the fireworks going off
You
like.
got any cigarettes?
Nah, I think I gave you.
Yeah. We ran out.
I think I have a little bit left, but.
I'm gonna have to do a scrounge if you don't have any.
It's the monkey. But I
I
haven't
think you
seen.
should have the leftovers.
You know the
One.
cigarettes that you have to pop
No.
and then you smoke. You know the
No.
ones? What are they called? I don't think they're in this country. You know, you haven't seen what I'm talking about.
You wanna put the cigarette there?
You need to check if there's some in there. There's still some in there. A little bit.
There's a little bit. There's enough for one hit.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's in the UK mostly. This is the
Tell me.
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's basically these companies, they put them in things you have to pocket. You see?
Yeah.
You press that, you hold it, and then you smoke. What is he doing? Look at this stuff. How many voices? You see that basically that's the
Yeah. I think I remember those from my childhood.
No, this is new, man. It's new technology. I don't think there was around. Was there?
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
I have a faint recollection.
Yeah, but this guy, he cuts it open and he sees what's inside. Oh shit, not that shit. 30 seconds.
Well, I think we're almost done for the evening.
Yeah. I'm gonna go look for some cigarettes.
So anyway,
Yes.
solar panels in Africa.
No, sun energy, yeah?
That's gonna happen because the desert has little other uses.
Yeah. They're already doing that, you know, in Dubai and shit.
And the Gatara into a lake. Lake
You
Gatara.
know they're building this island. It's gonna be like it's gonna have it's gonna have more GDP than the USA.
Uh-huh.
This project by Saudi Arabia and Egypt and you know the countries around the Red Sea.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna make a small island. It's gonna be tax-free zone.
Sounds reasonable.
We're gonna make you know.
Sounds reasonable.
But there's so much money there, man.
Yeah.
People just have to realize.
A little bit more economic liberty and we'll all be rich.
You know they proved that Somalia has like the most oil resources in Africa.
Could be. Have a check.
Because if you look at the geographical location where Somalia is right next to Saudi Arabia, you know?
Yeah.
And with the way the oil flows on Earth, it comes down like this. So Somalia, if they drill properly, they're gonna get most of the oil, like the good stuff, you know?
Uh-huh.
The crude and that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
They're proving 110 billion barrels.
Yeah. Wow. I think Finland has something along the order of 2 trillion in its peak.
Money, as in
2 trillion barrels.
no, that's it. That's the blocks I'm talking about. There's 2 blocks, 2 oil blocks, and they can produce 110 billion. It's not even talking about the offshore and all of that combined. For Somalia and Kenya, they was having a debate. It wasn't a debate. It was you know the ICC.
No?
You know,
Yes, I do.
the
International
court,
Criminal
The
Court.
Hague, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was an argument by Somalia that Kenya took some of its waters, you know, and they found a lot of oil in there. Just after they started drilling in Somalia, Kenya, they noticed there was oil and they drilled it, but it's been given back to Somalia.
I haven't heard.
It's still ongoing, but like, so far there's been two what was it called? 2 victories, and all of the judges were on the Somali side. The actual president of the Hague is a Somali guy.
I haven't heard that.
They appointed him like 2017, 16, something like that. Well, you said there's 2 trillion. 2 trillion.
I think it's 2 trillion in the peak.
That's more than Saudi Arabia, man.
I think it's a vast amount. It's more in the Northern Sea oil reserves, but it's not more than Saudi Arabia.
Now 2 trillion, I mean 2 trillion, they're not doing that currently. 2 trillion,
No.
you know how much that is?
It's almost unused.
Yeah. 2 trillion, and that would change the country, the whole country.
Yeah, it would if it actually get used to it.
And the weather's going to change if they draw all of those deposits.
It would be a lot more lakes.
It would be a lot hotter as well, man. Find a cigarette. Have you ever been to the Middle East?
No.
You should see, man. one different. You hear the call to prayer, that's one thing you're going to notice.
I think now my
Have you
foot
been-
can finally breathe.
Have you been to Turkey?
No. Spain is the southernmost place I've been to.
Wow. I've been.
Even that was too grand for me. Though I need to go to those places, you're right. I need a cigarette.
Huh?
We need a cigarette.
I need cigarettes too.
I'm gonna go scratch.
Downtown.
Now that my toe cutting is off.
No shoes.
Yeah.
Don't bring your keys, man.
Go for it. Mulla on sit nauhoite päällä. Mulla on sit nauhoite päällä. Ei niin.
Aivan kaikki vaan.
En ole. Saisi juoksi vielä vähän.
En halua sanoa.
Olisiko sun selvyys tollanen jääkelö? Mä voisin ottaa.
Niin ihan kiertyi.
Joo. Aikamoisen vaivon käynyt tänään, kun keräsin 5 euroa kanssa. Kävin keräämässä pullaa, että se on muukin ihan hullu. Vittu ihan hullu, crazy. Mitä se oikein vaivaa?
Niin
No se puhuu jotain höpöjä. Höpöjen kanssa. No joo. Asia. Näin jo.
No,
Tää oli teille. Eikö se ottaa se vielä siitä?
anna mun välsperi.
Kiitos kaikista.
Joo, näinkin on.
Näin on. That's cray cray. Complete cray cray. Huh? What? A little. Not yet.
You know that old guy?
Yeah,
He's there.
yeah.
You should ask him.
Nah. I probably
He's
will.
on business from him, you know?
Probably will when I go downstairs.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Well, you found some ash, right?
No, I found some tobacco. Traded for it again. Damn me.
Hey, you got some, you got a little bit. How much do you have?
A little bit.
Like, is it like enough? Like, how much?
You want to roll, John?
Yeah, that's all.
Ah.
Let me see how. I'm not gonna take it to like small.
Valoa kansan aika pimeydessä vaeltaa. That much. Very little.
I think that's for like one small trip.
Yeah.
Let me go look at one second.
You want to make it here?
I'll come back in one second.
Okay. Yo,
Are you not signing?
what?
Did you get? I thought you wanted to get cigarettes.
Nah, waiting for you to come back with the joint so we can smoke the joint. That help the joint.
No, do. Watch it. Watch it. Turn off, watch it. Relax. Watch it.
The other guy looked at me when I invited you in. Ufa. He was like, why? He's gonna get him back.
What is he doing?
Huh?
Is he right now?
No, but he was watching me. When I told you to come in and roll a joint. That was cute.
Yeah, but he's got a thing. Light. Matches.
Matches I do have.
Did he give me like a full bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a couple. You have an empty one, right? An empty box. An
What?
empty box of.
After this, yeah.
No, I mean you have spare ones, right?
A few.
Yeah, give me one. I might need one.
Nah.
Huh?
I don't have empty boxes because I have a few matches. You want me to
got
light
a
this
full box,
thing?
right?
You want me to light this thing
Yeah,
or not?
yeah, light, of course. But I might need some later, you know. Bro, you've got like two boxes, 3 boxes.
No. They're all empty.
Yeah, I need an empty box. That's what I
I
mean.
have an empty box.
No, is this an empty one?
This is empty.
And give me like a few of yours, matchstick.
Have those.
Then
Other end.
this is one thing. Oh, like 3.
Yeah. Have those.
Do you use any candles?
No.
Oh. Don't blow out. Don't blow out from you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna mess up the thing. That's what I heard.
Good weed.
Did you get any warning from me?
No.
Like I mean, how many warnings?
One. For smoking weed in the tobacco.
Wait, did they see it?
One of them walked in. Smelled it and I was like, yeah, it is. You know what? Well, you're gonna get a warning. I was like, damn. But you can go back to your room and they didn't confiscate anything. After that I smoked outside and one of the patrons told me to smoke in my room and I didn't believe him and he smoked in his room. Then I
Who's
believed
the
him.
patron?
Sully, I think. Keep us.
I think that guy snitched.
Which guy?
The one that fell over there.
What's up?
Huh?
Why
Because,
so?
like, he was saying it out loud to himself. Why that? Fucking bitch. These dogs, when they see each other. We watching a film. Wow. It interrupts it a few times. Did you pop your neck to it?
Yeah,
Is that finished?
a little better.
How many times? Yeah, the one I heard that.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Does that help anything?
It's out.
Is that okay? So, when are you gonna get cigarettes?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, take care. Returning to movie with Maisie from scheduled interruption. I have spent my day